would be great for getting back up to the stage. And then if I'm trying to keep my center hold on the stage, I just sit there and spin, and if he hits me, I'm twirling him around. True. I take that first stock out, and I still have my 3 regardless of my damage. As long as I can get my hands on him and suicide him, that's game.
Oh yeah. But it looks like Schmick is went for Falco. How do you think that's going to work out, versus Rob?
Well, seeing the way that they both played here at this tournament tonight, honestly, like, man, could be anybody's game.
Uh-oh. There you can see, oh, and there's the first one of the match. Zander goes down hard. And there goes Schmick, right under the stage. There goes up with Falco.
Now keep in mind, the winner of this will go on to face Red Falcon in the finale. But remember, whoever emerges from the losers finals, remember, this is the best out of 5. Whoever comes out on top here faces Red Falcon. That's not all. Out of that whole best of 5, he has to win a total of 6 matches in order to win whoever comes out here. So no matter who wins here, Schmick or Zander, after this, they have to win 6 more games just to be able to take the W for the whole tournament.
Are you sure it's 6 more?
Yes. Because like I said here,
this after this, so...
Yeah, after this. If Schmick wins this, he goes on to face Red Falcon. But remember, it's the winners versus the losers. If Schmick pulls that through and beats him there, they go on to the real finals, winner takes all.
That makes sense. Right now I'm using letting Rob use my hard drive, so I'm just kind of out of it a little bit. And at this point, Rob might need that extra hard drive because it's a 2-1 situation. Falco does have 157.9%, and Rob just reset him to 0, taking that life. So Schmick is taking it to Rob. But the question is, who's going to go? Do you think Schmick is going to end up in the next round, or do you think Zander will?
Depending if Schmick can combo off, will determine it. They're both down to their last lives here. Zander just barely missing it.
And Falco goes for the splits.
He still misses it.
No, he gets it. He got it, but it just wasn't enough. And just look at that damage that Zander has at this point.
All Falco has to do is land one good hit, and that's the end of it.
Oh,
and there it is. We have SchmickSchmackins.
Schmick takes game 1, but as we are in the finals, it is a 3 out of 5 situation. So there's still an opportunity for Zander to recover from this. I guess the next question is, are we going to stick with the same ones? And it looks like we are. Schmick with Falco and Zander with Rob. Here we go, going into it again. We've got Schmick with 1, Zander with 0.
Like I said, man, seeing both of these contenders here playing this game out, it's going to be down to if Schmick can pull off his combos at the fastest that he can potentially pull them off. And for Zander, it's going to be how many gyros he can spits out and how much damage he can put in the long run. Because right now, if you're asking me who's my money on, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to give it to Schmick. Schmick has more combos and he can put out damage faster than any other character that I know of. But if you're asking me about Rob, just playing against someone else, Schmick and Zander right there, probably two of the best fighters that I've seen out here today.
I know, still can't, still can't give up a Red Falcon.
The upsetting defeat that Red Falcon gave Schmick, honestly, surprises me.
Oh, and there goes Schmick dropping
Schmick?
one.
Wow.
But the question is, will we get that respect? And it doesn't look like it on this match. Oh, and Zander made it back. So we've either got, Schmick has got to get 2 more victories, or Zander's got to get 3. And there it is with Schmick answering for a 2-2 situation. Schmick is sticking to it. He's on the right area right now. He's not letting Zander move at all. He's staying right on him like white on rice. You have to in this situation.
He just reflected his laser back at him.
And he's still got the gyro. Or does he? Looks like he's already gotten rid of it or it's disappeared one. Like Rob was begging for mercy there and Falco said no, not today.
This was a 3-2 situation, now turning to a 2-1. Question is, will Schmick be able to answer this?
Oh, Schmick is definitely answering it. But at this point, it don't look like Zander's asking the right questions. Oh, and there it is. Oh no, he hangs on.
With hardly any life, remember, Schmick still has that 1 stock left.
We heard the ching and we expected Zander to fly, but somehow he survived. But at this point, all it takes is just the right place.
And there it is. Schmick taking.
So we've got a. So that brings us to, Zander has to do something in this next match if he wants to stay in it at all. And this is not a place that, is different to Zander. He's been here before. But will he be able to pull out an underdog upset?
That's going to be the real question here. The question is, will Zander choose something else? Or maybe not? Because he's lost twice with Rob. Figured he'd change it up in order to get something.
But if you look at the face of these two alone by themselves, you can see the face of these two by themselves are just into it. They're zoned into the game. Wait, the match starting?
What do you mean?
Were we on the match the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you took it and
No.
to the
I
other
left us
screen.
on the match.
Okay. So right now, we're sitting at that 3-3 with, Zander and Schmick again with Falco and Rob. The last match, if Schmick makes this.
If Schmick makes this, he's going to be going back to the finals. Going to the finals to face Red Falcon.
For the second time in 2 weeks, he'll be back from the loser's bracket into the finals.
But the question is, will he pull the story and win? That will be the real question.
That will prove to be the ultimate underdog.
Now I know this sounds different. Remember last week we had
Oh, and there's the first one. Schmick takes it to Rob and away he goes.
I remember this from last week. Remember, Schmick actually lost to Angel. Here's my question. What if the same thing happens against Red Falcon? That would be a fight that I would love to see between Red Falcon and Angel's Kitten. That would be a fight to see.
That would be a real good fight to see.
Because remember, from last week's tournament, Angel 3-0'd Schmick in the winners finals. Schmick had to go back through the losers break. Same thing happened today, not necessarily. Red Falcon 3-1 him.
And that's something you don't see a lot, especially in these tournaments.
Normally, most tournaments in the matches, you're going to see them be neck and neck, just like this right here. 2-2 stock, 2 minutes and 10 seconds into this match. Only thing is, Schmick has hardly taken any damage, while Zander, on the other hand, just lost that second stock. This is going to put Zander in a tight bind. To be able to take it, or will Schmick secure himself and get back into the finals?
That was the quickest stock loss that I've seen in a long time. It was almost back to back. It was like, you take mine, I'm taking yours. But at this point, you know, Zander doesn't have an opportunity for any kind of issues whatsoever. And ooh, and there goes Schmick dropping it to a 1-1. Now he has an opportunity. You know, he can kind of play around and play the extra matches, because if Zander does win this, he'll have to win the entire next 3 in order to
3 more.
Yeah, plus to
just
move
to
on.
reset the bracket.
But that's a lot of playtime, back to back to back to back to back to back. No time for rest, no time to stretch anything. Is that something that you know, Schmick is willing to do? At this point, it could still be anybody's game. Schmick's got 89 versus Zander 65.
Oh, coming back, it's 89 even. Both competitors. Schmick is going for the end here. And he's really trying to end it. Just dodging that laser. And just barely being able to get away. That was a great time shield right there.
Oh, and Rob going for it. Oh.
Just barely missing that gyro.
Oh, and there it is. There it
There
is.
it is. SchmickSchmackins.
Taking Zander out of this, by no means was that a bad match. It was definitely a